Hey there folks, the Comics Kid 2099 here, and it's time for me to talk about an episode of a superhero animated series. Today, I will be talking about the Batman Beyond Season 3 episode, Inqueling. If you haven't seen the episode and you fear spoilers, then go the hints and watch the episode before you listen to this video. And if you did see the episode some time back, but you need a refresher course on what happened, you can listen to me quickly sum up the episode before I get into the review itself. Ink is back, and she is doing industrial espionage for some dude, but she gets betrayed. She seeks out her daughter who didn't know she existed, and the two form a bond. But trickery is afoot. The daughter betrays mommy for the money, and Ink is seemingly killed. But Batman warns daughter that mommy isn't as dead as she might like, and she should be careful. Cue credits. If you think this episode sounds familiar, that's because you've seen it before, but it was called Ascension when it was the Season 1 finale. Switch out Derek Powers for Ink, and Paxton, the son we've never heard of before, for Deanna, the daughter we've never heard of before. And both offspring betray their parental figures, and then are warned by Batman about the parental figures coming back with a vengeance. The only real difference here is that I actually feel sorry for Ink when she's betrayed, while I don't ever feel sorry for Derek. Maybe that's because Derek was involved in the death of Terry's dad, and so we, the audience, had more of a desire to see him brought down. So even if Paxton turned out to be just as much of a slimeball as his dad, it was still sweet justice to my eyes and ears when Derek was betrayed. Plus, I never really got the feeling Derek cared for his son. He just brought him out of exile when he needed his son, not because of any fatherly feelings. And yes, Ink is guilty of that too. She only goes to her daughter when she needs help, and not to be a present mother. But at least Ink provided monetary support to her daughter, even if she was perpetually absent. And sure, Ink is getting her daughter into a life of crime, but that's so that she can survive. Derek didn't pull Paxton into Gotham to save his own life, he just did it to keep control over the company through someone else that he thought he could control. Almost across the board, Derek's motivations were more evil and selfish than Ink's. Taking some things into the direction of the hero of the piece, Terry doesn't get a lot to do, but what he does get is solid gold. His determination to take down Ink by himself because he's always needed Bruce's help is really good stuff. Even if it was just coming from a I finally need to take down this villain without an 80-year-old man's help place, it'd be great because it's showing that he has a desire to mature and grow beyond the new kid who can't do anything without the help of the old man. But he's also doing it because Bruce almost died the last time Ink was around, and he needs to do this alone because it would be reckless to put someone else in danger if they tried to help him take her down. And hey, a parallel with the villain who has no problems putting her daughter into the field even though it's dangerous. Maybe I'm looking way too much into it, but is it a coincidence that Ink has no qualms about putting her family in danger, and thus she pays the price, but Terry, who refuses to put his loved one at risk, walks away? Yeah, she's the bad guy, so she's gonna get her comeuppance no matter what, but I still think there might be something there. And since I am the one person in all the known galaxies who hates Dana the most, I guess I'm obligated to point out something not terrible that Dana did, even if it's a backhanded compliment. So you know how 99% of Dana's purpose in this series is to whine about how Terry never does anything with her, and it's because he's Batman but she doesn't know that? Well, once again, she gets all pouty when Terry is about to say that he has to work, but then she doesn't get mad. I know you're probably thinking this is the Earth 2 Dana who kidnapped Earth 1 Dana, but no, it's the real deal. She tells Max she understands, because Terry, with the loss of his father, has found a father figure in Bruce Wayne, and that's why he works with Bruce. Terry thinks she might be onto something, and in as far as Terry has found a father figure in Bruce, I would say there's possibly some substance there. Now, the thing that makes Dana not 100% loathable here is that she doesn't get whiny that Terry has to work. What makes me even more furious with her is that she's only just now coming to this epiphany. We're in the final season, guys. Over 39 episodes of Terry working with Bruce, and every time Dana shows up, she gets mad about it. I pointed out before just how selfish Dana is when she acts this way. Let's ignore Terry's nightlife as Batman. His dad is dead. He is the man of the house. Yeah, his mom has a job doing something, and once she presumably passed that test that she took in the episode Bloodsport, she got a raise. But Terry still has to help out a little bit. It ain't easy being a single mom in the future. But with Dana, she refuses to see all of that. Just that Terry doesn't have enough time for her on top of his job and school. Even now, when she finally is okay with it, it's not even for the most obvious reasons, like supporting his family. But whatevs, it should be celebrated that Dana isn't the worst person in the world, even if it's just for one episode. So that's about all I have to say about this episode, guys. Hope you guys liked it and the review. If you did, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you did like this video, I do this sort of thing every week. Next week, I'll be tackling an episode of Batman the Animated Series, and the week after that, another episode of Batman Beyond. And I also do other videos throughout the week, so check those out if you're into that sort of thing. In the meantime, I'll see you guys later. Have a great rest of the day.